This is the Brewtubers Online Brewers Club 2022 Hops Experiment, Hoppy Blonde Ale. Thanks to our sponsors: Imperial Yeast, Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store, Brewers Hardware, 5 Star Chemicals, and Yakima Valley Hops. Get brewing.
Hey guys, what's up? Chris back from Burgles Brewing, and today is video number 4 in the review series of the Brewtubers Hoppy Blonde Ale Hop Experiment 2022. And today is cool because I'm finally getting into the Mosaic portion of the experiment. I'm going to try to be as non-biased as I can, but Mosaic is one of my favorite hops, so I'm really excited to try these next 3 beers, but that's not the point. So a little recap for anybody who's not familiar, just kind of refresh everybody's memories. So Hop Experiment, Hoppy Blonde Ale, 6 participants, everybody brewed the same beer. We got 3 different hop products. We got your normal T-90 pellets, Lupomax, and Incognito, all provided by our great sponsor, Yakima Valley Hops. 2 different hop varieties, Citra and Mosaic. I've already reviewed the Citra, and now I'm on to the Mosaic. I'm doing T-90, Lupomax, and then Incognito in that order. Like I said, all 6 participants brewed the same beer. It was a blonde ale, just 2-row, a little bit of wheat malt, a little bit of honey malt, a little bit of Centennial to bitter, and then the only difference was at the Whirlpool, the T90 put in T90, Lupomax put in Lupomax, and Incognito put in Incognito, all in equal amounts to get to the same IBU, so try to keep all things equal. So that was the experiment. Imperial was generous enough as one of our other sponsors to provide the AO1 house yeast for the experiment, so everybody used that. And our other awesome sponsor, 5 Star Chemical, threw in some awesome PBW cleaning tablets for the participants. And Beer and Wine Hobby is throwing in a $25 gift card, 2 of those, for the club, Brewtubers. Check us out at brewtubers.com if you don't already know. So, saying all that, let's go. I'm excited for this. This one is the T90 Mosaic. This is brewed by Sean from Brookside Brews. Catch him there. All right. Sean's another one with a can you can see here. He goes with the 12-ounce cans. He made his own label. See there? All right. So this one came in at 4.7%. I think that's right around what Jerry's was the Citra Incognito one that I tried. Eric's and Mike's were a little more. They're both over 5%, so a little more on that side. So let's get into it. I'm excited. Little baby hiss there. All right. And again, using the same glasses I did with the others. Probably could have given that a little more vigorous pour. Sorry about that, Sean. But oh yeah, there we go. Carbonation's popping up. There you go. Nice and good there. And again, like a dum-dum, I poured the whole can in instead of trying to leave some in the bottom. So we find with gelatin. So I think this thing would be crystal clear if I did not pour the whole can in there. I mean, it's not coming across on camera, which is awesome, but you can kind of see right through that to that treehouse label. I can clearly see my fingers and even my camera screen through this, so it's super clear. Color, again, pretty much right about what we've seen all the other ones. Gold. This might be a shade more golden. I think this is more on par with kind of Mike's and Eric's, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this nice golden. I think that honey malt's really coming through in the color. Aroma. Try to get a. And again, I left this one out for a good 5-10 minutes before I started reviewing, so I wouldn't be too cold, so I could get those nice good aromatics and flavor in there. So at the bat, yeah, not too pungent. I'm not really getting really any malt to speak of. Nothing super hot forward. Maybe a little bit of that the kind of sweet fruit that Mosaic gives. None of the blueberry. None of that. Maybe a little bit of that sweet fruit and a little bit of that dank that I get a lot with Mosaic and that I personally love for Mosaic. So again, we got a nice little bubble layer hanging around there, so carbonated well. Oh yeah. Like I said, a little bit of that dank, a little bit of that sweet fruit. on the aroma. So let's see what the flavor's like. Oh yeah, yeah, it is Mosaic. Oh, let me get another sip here. Yeah, it is that nice balance with Mosaic that you get with that sweet fruit. I get a lot of mango and almost like overripe mango. I'm not sure if that kind of goes into like guava or papaya, but I definitely get like, definitely not a pineapple or like a melon or any of that sort of thing. It's definitely more, I come up with overripe mango a lot. And then that kind of earthy, pungent, what again, like I'd say dank. I think people can go diesel, whatever you want, but a nice bit of that. Not really bitter at all. Not getting a whole lot of bitterness on this. Really smooth. Yeah, it's really good. It's really solid beer. Good mouthfeel, about not dry. It's kind of like right medium. I'd say medium's probably good. Kind of goes down, kind of hangs on the palate for a minute, then kind of washes away, gets you back in. So doesn't linger around, doesn't wash right off. But I'd say yeah, right in that medium mouthfeel range. This is something I haven't experienced with Mosaic in a while. I think it's kind of a 2019 crop year. Before, people used to get a huge kick of blueberry and use it as a blueberry bomb. I've experienced it once with the first bag of Mosaic I ever got all the way back in like 2018. I haven't really had it since. Maybe it's more subtle. It's kind of like an underlying thing, and maybe I'm getting that a little bit here. Well, I don't know if my mind's just playing tricks on me because I'm trying to pull something else out. There is something else in here that I'm not catching, and maybe it's a little bit of sweetness from the honey malt, because there is something in Sean's beer here that I got back in Jerry's beer with the honey malt. I think the honey malt is really coming through with sweetness of honey. It's this flavor that, if you watch Jerry's video, I started calling out. It was because of the extract and the way they extract the oils from it, and maybe, I've experienced it with other kinds of things. But no, I recollected after about 24 hours after that, and I was like, no, it's honey. It's the honey malt, and that's the character that's coming through. So, but it's coming across really sweet in this. I think it's really nice, and I think it's tricking my brain into wanting to say blueberry because I'm looking for something else to pull out of there. Because it's not the sweet fruit. It's definitely not the hop flavor. I'm not getting it as honey forward, so there's just something really nice and sweet in here. Oh, it was really good. Yeah, I want to say it's something berry, which it's really weird because we're talking on Discord about in the Brewtubers about I think this hop experiment, and one of the guys was asking, hey man, has anybody gotten blueberry Mosaic? He's like, I don't get it. And we all had discussions, and a couple of us like, yeah, we used to get it back a couple of years ago, but I haven't experienced it lately. And of course now I'm starting this, and now now maybe I'm searching and I'm pulling it out, but I think I'm getting a little bit of berry. Yeah, this is really, like I said, probably maybe the least bitter out of the ones I've had so far. Yeah, I'd say probably the least bitter. Super smooth. Again, medium mouthfeel. Again, great color. Clarity is really good. Besides me dumping all the the kids in the pool. Just got to get better at it if I'm going to review other people's beer on camera. Just is what it is. Don't want to shortchange anybody. It's me. It's not you guys. Again, great beer. Again, I love Mosaic, so I'm trying to be biased. I think for But so what I've noticed now, 4 beers in, is that the T-90, and we'll see when I get to the Lupo Max and Incognito with Mosaic, the T-90 seem much more complex because you're getting like the whole hop ground up in that pellet. You're getting the vegetal, the lupulin, you're getting everything ground up in that pellet. Whereas with the Lupo Max and Incognito, you're concentrating the lupulin, trying to get rid of all the vegetal. So I think sometimes you need some of that character depending on what you're going for. And again, in a blonde ale, there's not a whole lot else going on, so you're going to pick up everything. And yeah, I'm really liking this. It's more in line with Eric's the T-90 Citra as far as complexity and pulling out more flavors and that. You get that dankness to help balance the sweetness and the fruit forward. Yeah, again, like I said, really good beer. All these have been so good so far. Yeah, it's really good. Sean, great beer. Love the can. Love the label. Yeah, it's really hard to kind of rank them right now. This is fresh in my brain because I want to, put this one close to the top. But maybe I'll do a review video at the end and kind of sum up everything after I've experienced it. But I think so far, 4 in, I'd have to say. Again, I think this fits a blonde ale really good. I think the only one that doesn't fit blonde so far as well would be Eric's. It drank more like a pale because of the bitterness and the hop complexity of it. Mike's and Jerry's were a little bit more subtle in the hop flavor, kind of fit the blonde ale a little bit more, a little less bitter. And this is kind of a right nice in between, I would say. It's got the complexity of like Eric's with the T-90 pellet, but it's got the smoothness, the less bitter, like Mike's and Jerry's had. So I think for me right now, it'd be a toss-up between, as far as preference and favorite so far, it'd be a toss-up between this one, Sean's beer here, and Eric's, and then it would probably go, yeah, and then Mike and Jerry are really close too. Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I think right now, this one and Eric's are sitting at the top. Then I'd have to reassess going forward. But again, Sean, great beer. First beer I've had from you. Really awesome. Can't wait to try more someday. Again, I'm going to try to move on to the Lupo Max. So, it's been fun, guys. Until next time, cheers.